Hey everybody, I'm Don with Alpha Moto, and today you're looking at a 35 millimeter by 1.5 millimeter rotor flywheel puller. This particular tool works on quite a few different models, Yamahas and Kawasaki's. One of the most important things about the Alpha Moto tools, the puller tools, is they are model specific. So when you order these offline or wherever you're getting them, you need to be sure that you have the correct size for the motorcycle you're working on. What I'm going to do is demonstrate how this puller works. This is a Kawasaki EX250 Ninja. It's one of our salvage bikes because we didn't feel the need to take apart a customer's bike for this demonstration. But what we're going to do is remove this flywheel rotor cover, and we're going to demonstrate how to install this puller and to remove the flywheel that way. So if you just give us 1 second, we'll get going. In here we have our stator and our rotor or flywheel. This is the electrical system of the motorcycle. The stator and the rotor are both failure points at some time, especially with age and mileage, and that's the reason we need to access these parts. This is what makes the electricity in the motorcycle. How do we make electricity? We take magnets and we spin them around copper winding. That's how we make electricity. Sometimes these magnets can go bad and this rotor has to be replaced. More than normally is our stator here, or actual windings that have to be replaced. What we're going to do first is remove this center bolt that's holding this rotor on the crankshaft. And we're going to use an impact wrench for that. Makes it a little bit easier. They're usually fairly tight. And that's a standard thread on this particular model. Now we have access to install our Alpha Moto flywheel rotor puller. The way this works, it's an internal thread here that's going to thread onto the rotor itself, and then this center bolt is going to push on the crankshaft and essentially pop this rotor off. These are on a tapered shaft, so they are pressed on with an interference type fit. So one more thing to be mindful of, every motorcycle is different, year manufacturers and whatnot, so sometimes these threads are reversed, sometimes they are a different pitch, but one of the really nice things about the Alpha Moto stuff is it's all etched in on the steel. So we have a 35 by 1.5, we can cross-reference that if we need to. We're going to back out our push bolt. Going to screw that onto the rotor. We want that nice and snug. Does not have to be gorilla tight. Okay. Then we're going to roll in our push bolt till it stops. If it stops. Okay. And we're going to want to hold the puller itself and then tighten this up some more with our impact, and it should essentially pull our rotor off. Switch over to a 17 millimeter socket, and I'm just going to use an adjustable wrench for demonstration purposes here. So we're holding our rotor, and we're going to hit it with our impact. As you saw, it come off pretty easily. And that's our rotor and Alpha Moto rotor removal tool. Once again, most critical thing here is to use the correct tool, and Alpha's got it marked. So hard to make a mistake there. Now we have access, we can replace this, we can access our starter gears. Lots of reasons to get in this far into a motor, but you cannot do this job properly without the correct puller.